school news. I'm Joel Lumley.
And I'm Zach Becker.
Read Across America is in full force, and students are reading like crazy. I'm getting sick of this job. I'm gonna go be a field anchor.
Whoa, whoa, hey, where are you going? Whoa, Joel, come on! Come on! Go!
March is the month for Read Across America, and it has taken the school by force. Students throughout the school are reading now more than ever. The library has prepared with all of its arsenal of books. There are just so many to choose from. There are hundreds of books. Fiction books, non-fiction books, fantasy books. And that's it. And if books aren't really your type, there are plenty of magazines to choose from as well. The media staff will tell us a bit more.
The reason we obviously do Read Across America, like every other school in the nation that does Read Across America, is to promote the idea of reading, to celebrate, especially Dr. Seuss, one of the great American children's authors of all time. The reason we do it here at Becker is because during advisory time, it's a good time for us to promote reading, to get kids to read again if they've kind of laid off reading a bit because of electronics, because of the iPads and their phones and all that other sort of electronic things, to get people back into books again, and just to create a time during our school day where kids can just quietly, and staff can quietly enjoy a book. And obviously, the more you read, the better your vocabulary, the better your vocabulary, the better you're going to do on standardized tests like the ACT, and also the better that a well-read person actually makes a better citizen, a better contributor to our society.
That's all I got for today. I'm Joe Lumley, and that's just how it is.
And that's it.
And the school store has offered an informative piece that should be interesting.
Alright, now let's go to the field and see what the school store has to offer us. Here with Miss Igdahl trying to talk about the school store. So, what were your thoughts about opening it?
I was a little nervous, but I was very excited. I'm just happy to have a place where kids can buy stuff for school supplies, for snacks, cappuccino, pop, and school apparel. So it's very exciting to open it up.
And what kind of students do you look for to work in the store?
I look for any grade, just responsible students who have good attendance. They show up on time and they have good communication skills to let me know if there's a problem, if we are short on supplies. But basically, any grade, as long as you're willing and enthusiastic, come see me.
And do you have any expectations of the workers in there?
I just look for workers to be responsible, mature, act professional, and be very kind and willing to help customers.
And do you also volunteer there once in a while, or you just go in there and check up?
I do. I used to volunteer there more often, and now that I have a good workload of employees, I just check up on them, see how they're doing. They're very independent, and I like that.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
What were your thoughts about that in the school store?
I think the school store is a great idea. It kind of provides a couple things. It allows some students to work there, first of all, to gain some experience with business, but it also just provides a nice service to the other students. They can pick up accessories for their iPad, or pick up a snack or some spiritware. So it's something we've talked about for a long time, and so far I think it's going pretty well.
Alright, and do the people that work at the store volunteer or just get paid for it, or what's the idea on that?
It's a good question. They don't get paid. They can receive credit, like a TA credit for working there. So they have to do some simple accounting and some inventorying and things like that. So they don't get paid. They get credit like any other TA would.
Alright, well that's all I have.
Let's go take a look at Brandon, who will teach us a thing or two about the iPad situation.
What are your thoughts on switching to iPads this year?
I think overall it's been very successful. Most kids are using them exactly how they should be using them. I think they're helping kids to stay organized. I think they're helping teachers' lessons to be more exciting and more relevant. And I think that we are successfully turning you all into 21st century learners. and giving you the skills you're going to need to compete once you graduate from here. Obviously, we've had some challenges with the program. The biggest one, kids dropping them, breaking them. But we are getting new cases, so hopefully that'll take care of that program. We're getting heavy-duty cases. And then the second issue is that we have students who are using them, downloading apps when they're not supposed to, using the restrictions code. That seems to get out there, and we are spending too much time disciplining kids for that. So we're going to crack down on that. Kids getting caught, I'll tell you this right now, kids getting caught messaging during class or with apps on their iPad that we didn't put on there, we're simply going to take it, and we're going to keep it for a while until we get it through kids' heads that the content we put on there is the content that needs to be on there, and they're for educational purposes.
I'm here today with Michaela Crawford. She's a freshman in Becker High School. And I've got a question.
Okay.
Do you prefer the iPad or notebook?
Honestly, I'm a writer, so I prefer notebooks. iPads are really difficult, and there's a lot of restrictions. I don't like that.
Have you found out the restriction code?
No.
You lying?
No, I'm not.
So you would rather have notebook over iPad?
Yes.
But if you do the restriction, you can download apps. Would you still have the iPad over notebook?
Probably not.
Thank you.
Alright, well now that Joe's back, we'll take a look at a failed attempt at a high school video game club and those issues moving around it.
Hello, I'm Harley Jackson. And as a lot of you may know, a lot of people from Becker High School play video games religiously.
Because of this, many people are left wondering why there isn't a school club for such a popular activity. I sat down with Joel Lumley to talk to him about his efforts to get such a club started here at Becker High School.
Hello, Joel. So, I heard you tried to start a video game club here at Becker High School.
That is true, I did.
So how'd that go?
Not too well. It turns out the group that actually did have a video gaming group left, and with that, those members leaving, there was no key figures to hold the group together. So once it disbanded, the school figured that it shouldn't have a video gaming group anymore. So when I went to go set up another one, I was denied space because it thought it was not a worthy club to start.
Joel later went on to tell me that although the group had not been accepted at the school, he and his friends would continue to game whenever they could. This has been Harley Jackson, Becker High School News.
Well, that's all the time we have this week. Tune in next week for some more awesome stories.
Becker High School.
Becker High School.
Yeah.